Somebody I follow on Twitter posted a screenshot of a text exchange between a guy named Vance and a woman whose name I don't know. I'm going to read you this text exchange and then I want your thoughts. It's very brief, right?
Okay.
So Vance tweets, "Hey, this is Vance. Hope you had a good day. I'm excited for tomorrow. I can pick you up, but if you're not comfortable with that, we can just meet there. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like getting some ice cream in this hot weather. LOL." Right? That's perfectly fine, right? Okay.
Sure.
Here was the reply.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
"Sorry if this may come off as rude, but I don't do ice cream dates. I'm a 26-year-old woman, and a date like that seems like the absolute bare minimum for me. Meeting up would be a waste of both of our times since we probably don't have the same vibe. Best wishes."
Well, on the one hand, she's being honest. On the other hand, he should run for the hills.
He responded cool with the sunglass wearing emoji and moved on.
Yeah.
They've connected on a dating app. They've never met in the real world. This is their
Right.
first time meeting in the real world. It's 2,000 degrees out right now. Can I just ask, like, in this regard, like in some ways I'm very high maintenance, but in this one way I'm low maintenance. This seems like a safe, low key, casual way to meet somebody in person for the first time. What is wrong with an ice cream date? Like, what is wrong with me that seems okay?
The important word you just used there was safe, because I think we all know that women are a bit more apprehensive about meeting up with a man they don't know these days, as opposed to, and I don't know why, say the 1960s. They're concerned about all sorts of things that are in regards to the internet. Obviously, there's been a lot of exposure of bad actors on television programs like the Dateline shows and all. And I was talking with you about this not long ago. When I go out walking the dog, or if I'm all, strolling around by myself or riding my bike, there are women that just do not want to make eye contact, and they've decided that there's a creep behind every corner. And so for her to react that way, to me, is kind of surprising, because that's about as innocent as it gets.
I would rather, like, if I were doing this, if this were me, I would much rather go have like a slushie than go to Starbucks or like this. That just seems like not. She said this is the bare minimum. You're meeting for the first time face to face. You don't know if there's going to be chemistry, if you're going to want to run for the hills. You don't know anything. So what's wrong with meeting up for ice cream?
What do you think? She says the bare minimum. What did that mean? In expense, in location, in ambiance? I'm not quite sure what she's thinking about there.
I don't know what she was thinking, but I've got the feeling like, the bare minimum in terms of effort, creativity, cost, all of it.
It's probably effort and creativity. You're right.
There's something so wholesome about it that it's ice cream. It's not a drink, It's like,
right.
Even it's even better than coffee in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I read that, and of course, for all we know, Vance has his own grandma tied up in the basement. Like, we don't know if Vance is a good guy, right? But I read that and I thought, well, here's a guy. My take on that was, well, here's a guy who's kind of wholesome, who's not expecting anything. Like, we're not going to go to the Dairy Queen and then get it on in the parking lot, right?
The only gamble is
his expectations seem scaled appropriately for a first-time meeting.
Yeah. The only gamble is somebody who's lactose intolerant, I guess. You're rolling the dice there a little bit, I guess.
Get some lactose intolerant ice cream that doesn't have lactose in it.
Yeah, there's got, yeah.
I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat ice cream because I can't. And it's not, again, for the millionth time, I'm not lactose intolerant. Vance, I would love to meet you at the ice cream place, and I'll just get a sorbet or an Italian ice. They always have or an almond milk ice cream. They always have. Can we, you know what? I am the last person in the world to come down on political correctness, but holy moly, now we're going to cancel people because they didn't know that you're lactose intolerant? Make it stop.